Hi, I'm Kelly Patrick, and this is the Resilient Grove. This is our gathering place for honest conversations about healing, resilience, and the courage it takes to grow through life's hardest seasons. Let's take a moment before we begin. I invite you all to join us. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Make yourself comfortable, and let's get started. I first met you, Mike, at Stretch Lab, and we connected right away. Around that time, I had just started publicly talking about my past, and my vulnerability encouraged you to share your story with me. And from there, you shared your story with your kids and other family members too?
Yes.
So I deeply, deeply appreciate you being here and talking about this openly and publicly. So let's just start off by saying that you are doing one incredibly brave thing.
Thank you.
So, all right, so let's start first. Where you are today compared to where you were in the worst part of your alcohol addiction.
Well, where I was during my addiction, I was down on Detroit Road looking for drugs and alcohol. I could usually hook up with somebody and we'd party all night, and it got to the point where my family, I was gone for 3 days. They didn't know where I was, if I was alive, dead.
Wow.
Yeah, I got into the drugs and alcohol a lot.
So I guess the answer would be you're completely different now.
Yes, I'm alcohol free, I'm drug free.
Yeah. I'm focusing on health and
Wellness.
Yes, taking care of yourself, self-care.
And my spirituality.
Yeah,
and,
talking about your past, about what led you to all of that, yeah. So what does recovery mean to you? So I know your journey of recovery is a little different than a lot of people's. Yours was medically forced, let's say, by the liver transplant.
Yes.
So what would recovery look like to you? Not compared to other people's journeys, but the way you had to do it, where you woke up one day and said, you got a new liver, you can never drink again.
Right.
What is recovery like to you?
Recovery today is, I thank God every day that I'm alive.
You got that second chance?
Yes, and I appreciate and I respect the fact that I got this chance.
And you're using it wisely. You're
Yes.
taking care of yourself. You're seeking out what
medically, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Spiritually, I'm still learning, and
I think that's the one thing that really draws me to you is that, first of all, you fall into that gap of the medical system where holistic health is not accessible to you so much financially, but the medical system is available to you, but they don't offer the services that you need.
Right.
Like when you wake up from a liver transplant, they didn't offer counseling services or addiction services or anything, nutrition services, anything like that. It was like, hey, you got a new liver, see you later. Right. So let's talk about that. The day before, so tell me the details around what happened when you got that call that you
got the liver?
Yeah.
It was a Sunday morning. I was sitting at home with my kids. All my kids were over.
How close to death would you say you were at that point?
Oh, I'd been in a coma twice.
Wow.
And it wasn't long before I was dead.
How old were you?
61?
No, 61.
Yeah.
61?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get the phone call Sunday morning.
And the first thing I said is, you better have a God-blessed good reason for calling me on a Sunday morning. And they said, Mike, this is the Cleveland Clinic. We have a liver for you.
Wow.
And I was so embarrassed.
Embarrassed?
Yes.
Why?
Because the way I answered the phone.
Wow. What time of the morning was it?
Oh, it was like 8:30.
Okay,
And it
okay.
was a Sunday morning, all my kids were there.
Yeah. And there would be no reason for anybody to call you.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So your first reaction was that you were embarrassed.
yes.
Okay, and
because
then
of the
what?
way- and then joy. It was like, and it took about a year once, because I had to go through all the testing and everything else. And then that phone call came and said,
So you had been on the waiting list for a year.
yes, for a year.
Had you gotten a call prior to that there was a liver and it never went through?
No, I never had the dry run.
Okay. So throughout that year, were you still drinking?
No.
Okay.
No, I had to stop because of the,
Okay, because of the liver. Okay.
yes. It would have
It would
killed me.
have killed you, yeah.
And they wouldn't have done the operation
Yeah.
if I still was drinking.
So you get the phone call on a Sunday morning. Did you go
Yes.
into the hospital right away?
They said be there by 5 o'clock the next day. So I was there, and
So that Monday you got a new liver.
it was, what, February 1st, 2nd, something like that?
So this will be, this year was 3 years?
Yes.
Okay.
So it'll be 4 years and 26.
Okay.
And
So take me back to that phone call. So after you felt embarrassed, was it like, holy shit?
yeah, I said thank you very much, and my son was in the room with me, so he knew. But he was waiting for me to get off the phone. And then I told the family, and we all rejoiced and
Wow.
started getting ready for the surgery.
Wow.
And
So the next day was the day of your second life.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's really the way I look at it today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that I got a second chance, and I saw all the mistakes that I've made in my life.
Yeah.
And that's part of recovery, but you stop as you get older, and you realize that you're in the last quarter of your life. Mm-hmm. Let's pull it around and get sober.
And use it wisely now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And treat people the way they're supposed to be treated, with respect. And it's.
I can relate. I mean, the fire to me was delivered to you. It
Right,
woke me up in a way that I needed woken up. So I can relate to that.
Yes, and it's kind of easy.
Good. Everybody says that, like once you get started to
Right.
talk, yeah. And it's just me. Like we
right,
talked about this stuff
yeah,
before, right?
It's just it.
Okay, so let's talk about the hardest parts of living sober, both physically and emotionally.
Well, in the beginning, when I was after all the incidents and what led up to me quitting, the hardest part about quitting was the facing some realities. Before
You had no escape anymore.
I drank my problems away.
Yeah.
I drank
Yeah.
my emotions away. I used drugs to, help out.
So what's that process been like where you don't have that escape anymore and that you have to see what you've been trying to run from?
Well, that's good. I'm looking at it in a positive way, that I can use what I've learned from my past.
Yes.
And then from what you have told me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting in this chair today without you.
And I really wouldn't be sitting here without you either, because the confidence that we bounce back and forth when you share such vulnerability like that, it just lifts you up without you even realizing that it lifts you up.
Right.
And I had a counselor back in 2019 when I first reconnected all my memories and told him, and he said, you have to talk about it. And at first I was like, I'm not, just like you, I'm not telling anybody, because I was afraid of judgment, right? I was afraid of what people would think of me. And so he said, no, they're not going to do that. So I talked to one friend. That went great. I talked to another friend. That went great. And then I just kept going and going and going. And then when I started to realize that publicly talking about my story was helping people like you,
Yes.
it just gave me more motivation, like, this is working.
Well, your book did too.
Well, right. But that's what I mean. Like, that's the vulnerability of it all.
Right.
Is helping you, which in turn is helping me.
Exactly.
And then this is going to help other people, right?
Well,
All right.
I
So,
hope so.
what did you just say?
I said I hope so.
It will. What tools, routines, practices that help you now today keep you grounded, healthy? I mean, you go to the gym.
Right, I work out 3-4 times a week.
You like walking outside.
I love going down to the valley.
Yeah.
I love the Bay Village area.
Now, would you say that you
Huntington
appreciated
Beach.
all of that before when you were drinking?
No, I did go down the valley, but it was to escape me.
So now you're going down there and appreciating.
I'm seeing the colors. I'm seeing the, looking for deer in the woods.
All the moon pictures you take.
Oh my God! Yes.
I know.
That's
So let's
good.
go back to when I met you at Stretch Lab. What made you feel like you could trust me in order to tell me what you ended up telling me?
What you talked about, as far as what happened to you, was putting you out there, and you were vulnerable. I mean, I could have said something, but
You could have taken advantage of that.
right,
Yeah. But instead it hit a
and
nerve, it
instead-
related.
right, and
Yeah.
it hit home because I was being abused. My uncle abused me for many years.
So talk about that. How being abused by a same-sex family member, how do you feel now looking back how it shaped you as a child? Would you
that's
say
hard
that
to-
that led you to reasons
Yes.
why you coped with alcohol and drugs?
Yes, I started drinking shortly after I was 13. And he took advantage of me one night when I had knee surgery. I was on Vicodin, so I didn't really, and then he proceeded to do what he did. And
So you kept finding other coping mechanisms to drown out what was happening, and
he'd
then
buy me alcohol.
he encouraged and enabled that.
Right, and then I'd find drugs and
Okay.
to forget,
Okay.
at school or whatever. And
Okay.
that's how I coped with being sexually abused.
And that was part of the grooming process as well.
Right,
Yeah. So how would you say that all of that shaped your identity as far as when it came to women and your sexual relationships with women? You had made a comment to me one time that you felt bad that you,
And yes,
that you hurt some women.
by hurting, I mean the words that I said to
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
And I wish I could go to each and every one of them and tell them how sorry I was for being.
Do you think you would ever do that?
If I could find them. I'd rather talk to them in person than texting, and that's just, that's nothing. But the women that I hurt, because they liked me, and then I turn around and,
I can say that's a lot of cases with women where we are drawn to the broken men and we want to fix them.
Right, and that's what
sometimes it's not
happened.
possible and we just have to walk away. So I can imagine that was,
well,
might have been.
that played a major part in
Yeah.
my divorces.
Yeah.
And
Do you want to get married again? Do you want to have a
No,
relationship? How about just a companionship?
yeah, I would love to have somebody to
So
go
you're not
down
closed.
the valley
Yeah.
with and
Yeah.
walk around and
That's good to hear.
talk. And
So after we talked at Stretch Lab about our past, I encouraged you to be honest with your children, which was something that was very hard for you, a struggle, because you were terrified that they were going to judge you. And that was something, obviously, I just told you that I was afraid of, that people would judge me and think that was gross or disgusting or whatever, right? So what was it like telling your family and the reactions that they had?
well, the judgment, that's what kept me from saying anything
Yeah.
for years to anybody.
Especially because you were a male.
A male,
Yes, a
yes.
male. Not only you were a man, but you were abused by a man.
Right.
And so that made you
Growing
struggle.
up, when I did, that was taboo.
Yeah, right, right.
It was very
Right.
taboo, so I never really said anything.
So
When I told my kids that I was sexually abused, which I got a surprise reaction from them.
No judgment.
No judgment. They
Yeah.
were like, "Oh my God."
Had they ever met your uncle?
No, he died before he killed himself because he was being investigated by Dover.
Oh, right, for
police.
someone else.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So after you told your children, you felt more comfortable to talk about it
Yes.
because you didn't get that judgment that you had feared. Yeah.
And I told my sisters, and my brother and my dad. My dad and brother didn't believe me. They still don't believe me.
I have some too.
My sisters, my one sister, Julie, she believes me.
It's not necessarily about who believes you. It's about, because that's on them, right?
Right.
What matters is that you're speaking your truth at 62, 3, 4?
4.
Right. 64 years old, finally talking about your life that you've had to keep secret for so long. That's the important thing. It's not about who believes you. But anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. How has speaking it out loud changed you, your relationship with yourself, with your kids, with your family? How has it impacted you?
Well, it's given me more confidence in what I do. I don't have to worry about, I still do, but judgment, and I still do worry about it sometimes. I mean, there's certain people that now that it's out here, but it will know.
And honestly,
hopefully,
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat, right? And when you are vulnerable, it opens up the door to attack, right? And unfortunately, some people will attack in that situation.
Right.
But the people that we help, it's going to far outweigh the people that want to attack us. So that's what I'm focused on, is how this is going to help. Okay,
Right.
Not only us, but everybody else. So let's shift gears here. You experienced another terrible, terrible, terrible loss in your life. Your mom died by suicide. Share whatever you feel comfortable with about what happened to her.
I can remember like it was yesterday.
I'm sure.
It was a Sunday. It was like, Tuesday, I'm sorry, Tuesday. It was like 86 degrees out at 7 o'clock in the morning. I got the phone call. My dad called me and told me that Mom had died and that she committed suicide. And I'm sorry.
It's okay, take your time.
That devastated me. I found parts of her on the railroad tracks.
So to clarify, she stood in front of a train. Yeah. And they picked body parts of her off the train track.
Yep.
Yeah. You were in your 30s?
Yeah, 35.
35. Do you now have any idea or clarity of why you think she did that?
I think it has a lot to do with that she felt that since she couldn't talk, she lost her ability to talk. She was very frustrated.
She had a stroke?
Yes. And she
wasn't able to communicate anymore?
Correct.
Could she write? Could she do anything?
Yeah, she could write.
But she couldn't talk?
She couldn't talk.
Okay. And you think just that alone was enough?
I think that she thought she was a burden. And what a loss.
Yeah. What would you, on that note, what would you want others to know about the ripple effect of, suicide is something that's the easy way out, right? It's something that people don't think about what happens after the fact, the ripple effect that it,
Well, they don't think about it at the time, how it's going to affect the family, other people and our friends.
During all of your battles, did you ever consider suicide?
Yeah. Then when I was younger, I took a bunch of aspirin thinking that it would kill me, but...
You're like the cat that had 9 lives. I'm so glad I met you.
It's...
I mean, obviously that happened when you were 35 and you're 64, nearly 30 years later, and it's still so raw.
Hurts. Yeah, it hurts so much. It really does. She was a good woman.
The whole burden feeling is, consequently, I'm going to do another podcast later about that exact topic. A man felt burdened and in his state was able to do assisted suicide and ended his life that way. And it was because he didn't want to be a burden to his children. So that burden feeling is so terrible that people felt that they thought the only way out was to just end their life like that. And then you're picking up pieces of your mother off the train track, and she didn't think about the after effect.
No.
She only thought about how it was going to make her feel, right? That's so terrible.
It is, and it's
Terrible for her, terrible for you, just terrible in general.
well, it destroyed me.
Yeah.
I mean, it really did. I drank for every night for 6 months straight.
So on that note,
This is-
let's talk about men specifically who feel stuck in their childhood, past, whatever, and they're using alcohol to cope with. What would sober Mike want to say to alcoholic Mike, and speaking to all the other alcoholic men who use alcohol to cope?
Talk.
I was just about to say, there's a way out.
Talk.
Talk about it. Find somebody safe and talk about it.
I didn't do that, and
But you didn't really have any opportunities.
right. And
Which is, that's the problem, is that we don't have opportunities to talk to each other about this
Correct.
kind of stuff until me and you met, and then you had that opportunity, that vulnerability to open up.
for us, it's taboo. I mean,
Right.
stuff like, what happened in the family, stay in the family.
Right,
And,
right. You don't talk about those things.
Right, we don't. And-
Well, this is just number one podcast of many that we're going to do where we eventually go into those deeper topics.
Okay.
On that note, what would you say to other men who have been in situations like yours, not necessarily from a family member, but was sexually abused? Would it be the same advice? Talk?
If you're feeling embarrassed and you're using drugs and alcohol to cope, there's a better way,
Yes,
and that's talking.
yes.
I mean, Kelly, you made me realize that by talking to me and sharing your story, I could talk to you and share my story, and through that, it has gave me a sense of peace
Me too.
inside, and that's what I would tell you. I mean, find somebody to talk to. I mean, there are people that
There are
going
people, you're right. You're
through
right.
what you're going through.
Right, we're not alone.
Yes, and
Oh my
this
God,
is
Mike,
just-
I love it. Can I give you a hug?
this is just one example.
Yes.